Well, hey, how are you? I just had some thoughts that I wanted to just speak and let come through. So, it's been amazing, like really, the last week with my mom's services and all the love and all the beauty and all the tender grace and like, sweetness, the relationships, the friendships, the connections, the appreciation, all of the reciprocal exchanges, all of the love being shared, given, received, and lived and embodied. And yeah, just given again and received. On so many levels, it's just really humbling, and I just need to say like a few things about love and reciprocity and just surrender and humility and knowing, remembering, letting go, surrendering. Remembering we are all worthy. It doesn't matter what we believe. Not at all. It's the love that we see. So, perceptions and misperceptions and healing and miracles and blessings. And like the love that we hold in our hearts. And how that ripples out, like really. Not needing to do anything and just being. Being open to receiving all this love there is for all of us. And the love we really are. And what we can receive, like when we get out of our own way and we remember that it's always been us and it's always been here and it's always been who we are. And shifting, certain mindsets about old beliefs and things and old restrictions and old loyalties. And just like going through this massive ego death and being born again. And it's so beautiful and painful at the same time. And scary and exciting. And everything. And so, just, there's so many things I wanted to say about what I've experienced since my mom's services and how that all unfolded and how I got to be and, letting go of expectations, others and my own, and letting the magic and the love unfold on its own, knowing I don't have control, and I don't want that either, really. There's a part of me that does, though. With holding on to certain fears, and a lot of fears being let go, and seeing it happen, and so many parallel things happen with so many of my loved ones and my friends and their own experiences and their own unfolding and their own relationships and their own paths that are unfolding before them, and they're just needing to let go and trust and receive and let love flow. And it's just whoa, huge breakthroughs for everyone right now. And it's amazing to see that, and just what we're coming through, what we're overcoming, what we're moving into and birthing into and becoming. It's beautiful, and I love it, and it's just amazing and just mind-blowing, really. So just want to acknowledge all the things, all the blessings, all the gifts, everything But there are some huge fears coming up too, like with expansion and that fear of the unknown, and like, what do we do with all this new freedom and power and wealth that we are receiving or coming into, or receiving, allowing ourselves to receive. So, wow. Oh, it's a little overwhelming and intimidating, but it's exciting and fun, and there's so many possibilities. It's so fun to think about. It's so magical. And there are all these stories and these fears that come up, like, to burst the bubble and, create trouble that's not there either. But, hypothetical, like, stories and fears and projections and whatnot, like, looking into the unconscious, like, stuff that's coming up today. And, just observing and noticing and witnessing, like, certain things. And then being able to shift it and allow it and thank it for showing me, like, what I can choose and what's really true and what is really on... or in alignment, with all this love that wants to be and that gets to be born, like, through this new love, wisdom, creativity, this new connection, this new perception of wholeness and unity, like reconnection, resurrection, fertility, of how we can work together and help each other, like, with all these gifts that we really do have, and there's no lack. It's all prosperity, like, when we all pull our resources and all the gifts that we have and all the love that we are, all that we love, like, that is generated and regenerated, like, through us and through our being and through that love that we have and our focus. Like, it is magic and it is miraculous. Like, all the love that is unfolding, like, just us being who we are and loving what we love and sharing that love and expressing that love and being that love, living that love, embodying that love. And that's, like, really as simple and as sweet as it is. And, like, even when we think we're not being enough or whatever, and we think we have to be something grand, is just, like, enough to show up. And that was one of my questions today. It was like, why can't, like, because there's this one part of me where it's just like this people pleaser and this perfectionist, the spiritual ego that wants to be enough and wants to live at this certain pedestal level, but it's never enough, like, because it can't be measured up. It really it's just such a mind fuck. Like, really, I don't even know how else to articulate it in certain ways, but it's trying to live up to this false self-image that's been implanted or inherited or, somehow constructed as this impossible self-image that's really flat, kind of, and just frozen. Yeah, and there is no way to live up to that for anyone or for myself. And it's just like, ready to let go of that. Why can't I be enough? Why can't I be enough? Why can't I be enough? And then later I got this revelation. That I wrote down in my journal. And it was just like, hello? You are enough, and this is a new story. This is a new time. This is a new chapter. You write your own story now. This is a new story. This is a whole new story. So write your new story. It's all about love and not about any of that other stuff. Like, And so, yeah, collecting my thoughts again. Yeah. Why is it that we don't feel, or, enough? And where don't we feel enough? And where does that come from? And so, huge breakthroughs in seeing how I don't want to disappoint others and how others have so disappointed me because I projected my idealized expectations onto them because I wanted them to be something I thought I couldn't be, and I wanted them to be that for me. I wanted them to carry certain things for me and to carry some of my power for me, and then they really couldn't. So I was disappointed, and it helped me see how I was creating this for me in certain ways. And when I changed the ways that I looked at things, and those things changed, and I started to change the way that I saw me and others and the world and my place in it and their place in it and, everything. And so I have a whole new appreciation and perspective on the roles that we play and how we all are here to teach each other, and how it's also perfect and connected and interconnected. And if we just let it flow, it's just unlimited. What we can create and do together, when we know we're connected, and when we can trust in that partnership with spirit and with love and with life and our place in the family of things, in all things, and know that we're connected to all of it and that we play our role, but we've got to let go and let the other respond in that dynamic way in relationship and partnership. And it is a beautiful thing to this union, this sacred union, this alchemical marriage, and making the room and making the space and letting go of control and being in that receptive state and playing with that and seeing how that's unfolding in all of our relationships and our trust, our deepening trust, trusting ourselves more and our inner knowing, our intuition, our guidance that we're receiving, and new levels of awareness and awakening and remembering who we are, integrating all of these parts and seeing into some of the lies and the blocks and the restrictions and the deceptions, and the programming and the conditioning, the implanted beliefs that we've had and we've held and we've carried that have prevented us from opening and remembering our connections that we do have and that we with ourselves, with love, with creator, with each other, with life, with everything. And so all this coming back together after a period of separation, it's really huge for me. And so I just wanted to say I'm really grateful, but I am really scared right now too, and I feel really vulnerable, and I've been grieving, which is a good thing. And my heart has broken open, and so I do have a little more courage right now to just break open and be vulnerable and do my best with receptivity and receiving and offering different things. I'm scared about doing the wrong thing or saying the wrong thing, or this fears of rejection and humiliation, shame, guilt coming up, but like really so much redemption and joy and forgiveness and allowance too, like at the same time, and trust, like a huge amount of trust, like feeling kind of scared because of everything so bumpy and uncertain, and but like I just need to just let go and love what's right now and know that everything is happening for us and for me and for we. And so like I just gotta let go and trust how it needs to be, like to play out for each soul's greatest growth and healing and like their best lessons, like that they needed and they choose for themselves. And so like trusting like this interconnection too, like of the trajectory that we're on too. And love always wins, and love is one, so it's one already. So just keeping the faith, and gotta go through this human experience though, and it just gets crazy sometimes, and it just gets to be uncomfortable, and it gets to be ecstatic, and it gets to be beautiful and terrible all at the same time. So yeah, just gotta respond and be here, one breath, one moment, one step at a time. And wow, just everything so beautiful and unfolding perfectly and exquisitely and sweetly and beautifully and amazingly. So connections with my family this week been huge for me. Huge, huge, huge. With my husband, with my daughter, with my granddaughter, with my sisters, with my extended family members, with my aunts, with my dad. It's been so beautiful, so beautiful. Like all the love that I have in my life, and all the love that's shared with me, all the love that I can give and offer and receive and make the space for and witness and see is truly beautiful and humbling to me. And so everything, I'm so grateful for everything, and I just want to say thank you to my mom too for her life and for the gift that she gave too with her passing, and the opportunity that gave all of us in this family to come together and to in mutual love and respect and appreciation for her life, for her love, and for all of our connections and all the beauty and the sacred family, all the connections that we do have, that we are a big family, and this family tree, and how it just branches off into so many beautiful trees as well. That tree, all those trees within that tree, and that fractal and that hologram and that beauty that we all are, all of that in so many different reflections and degrees. Our part in this whole, in this web of life, in this world tree, in this light, and this love, and this beauty that is life, that is we, that is everything, creator, creation, all you, me, we. And so, just overwhelmed too, like, by all of the things that have unfolded in this last week, and through all the relationships that I have that are sacred relationships for me and we, and that I do respect and appreciate, and I hold in the highest regard, and with the utmost importance. That's like what's the most important to me, is the love of my life and the relationships that I have, and the relationship that I have been asked to nurture, like, for me, like, for my own being, and to take care of myself, and to honor myself and my own energy, and learning how to do that without being so hard on me and wanting to please so much. Like, but it's such a weird thing. And so just clearing a lot of distortions away and learning so much along the way. So super grateful for a sweet conversation that I just had with my dad a little bit ago. He called me to check on me and just to talk about, like, my mom's services, and I feel like it was just so amazing and sweet and honoring, like, and it's just a testament of the love that there is in my family too, and the sweet healing that I've witnessed because of forgiveness and what life offered and gave us to receive. You know, my mom and my dad divorced when I was very young, in my teenage years, but they shared a lot of love and a lot of life together, and a lot of amazing experiences together, and they really were a part of each other, and they always did actually hold love for each other, even through their other initiations and paths that they, you know, needed to take for their own soul's growth and for the sake and the growth of their family and their children, and how everything just happens for us, like the roles that they got to play and the experiences they got to go through. And you know, it's interesting, like the division, sometimes we need to separate in order to come back together in a new way, in a higher frequency, in a way that serves the whole. And so it really was beautiful to see that with them, how they really did love each other, even though they couldn't be together, and continue, like, their journey, like, on the same path together. They needed to go their own separate ways, but then they did, like, come back together in relationship through the last decade, which was really interesting, through a series of trials and challenges that both of them had to go through, but they both ended up coming back together to forgive each other and to be mutual support and allies and friends. And so that was really beautiful to see. And then through my mom's last months and weeks and days, my dad was a really huge ally and love and support to our whole family and to her. And they had their own closure and their own little exchanges and sweet, moments together, where they shared a lot, because they did share a lot of history and a lot of love, and they really have, like, in, you know, these elder years, like, really have a lot of appreciation and perspective on their lives and on the relationships that they have had and that they have, you know, and what's important to them. And so it was really beautiful that my mom and dad could come, together and really be friends and part together, and just such love and sweetness and cuteness together. Like, is just something that, like, I would wish for everyone, like, to have that. And to go, like, knowing that you're loved and that all the things are appreciated and everything was forgiven, like, and taken and integrated as, like, beauty and truth. And I love if we can take that in, as that was happening, and everything, like, in our lives were happening for us. And, like, when we can come back together again in that way after a period of separation, like, knowing that beloved and knowing that it helped us, to know that beloved within, and that light that the other is sharing with us, like, to realize that. And so my dad got to pay tribute to my mom at her life celebration, and really he's really grieved a lot, and it's been, like, a beautiful thing, like, to see and to witness and to share in. And so, got to ask for help with, like, some of the things, and I knew somebody who loved her could do her obituary a justice, and so I asked my sister and my dad to, write that obituary, and my dad, like, he willingly took that on, and he took weeks and a lot of effort, to write out her story, to share, like, to do that honor and that tribute to my mom. And that was really beautiful and sweet to see that, like, that care that he did have, and how he wanted to tell her story and show who she really was, and how amazing and highly, like, he really did, feel and think of her, and what she really meant to so many of us, and to all who loved her. And, that was amazing. And then what he did have to offer, he prepared a talk to, like, just to share some stories and memories, and the love, and, all of that with friends and family. And so, that was amazing. And so he called me earlier tonight, and just to talk about, like, we hadn't checked in since last Saturday, and how you doing, and how's everything going now that the services are done. And it's just like, I'd been crying a lot, because now that it's done, I was just like, okay. There was some stuff that came up that I didn't realize was going to come up, but I gave myself that space to be able to just feel and release and let go of all of these things that I didn't realize I was still holding on to. And it was good. There was, like, some sobbing fits that I went through on Tuesday, and I just kind of, at first, I was like, I just can't stop crying, but it was just like, don't stop it. Just let it, just let it come. Just go with it. And just really feeling like I miss her, and I miss my mom, and I have all these pictures, like, all around, all the pictures that we prepared and printed out for her services, so that everyone could see, like, all of her phases and stages, and, like, all the roles, and like how much life, she really did live throughout her life, all the life she had. Like from child to, 74 years old. And it's just, wow, like just quite a tapestry. And so it's beautiful to me, like to remember her, like in so many ways, and all the things she was to so many, and all the things she was to me, and all the things she was to our family, like all our loved ones and all our friends. So beautiful. Really, I'm so grateful. And it's like, it's a wonderful life. We don't realize like the impact that we have on so many. And especially those who have kind, giving, generous hearts, and who are friendly, and who really reach out to people and love to serve others, and just love life, and love and love beauty. And my appreciation, for her too, is that she loved her faith, and she loved God, and she loved Christ, she loved Jesus, and like, yeah, her gospel, and the promise, that she would be reunited with her family and her loved ones, because that's what it's all about, is love and family, like the sacred family. And that's like, yeah, just that epitome of mother, mother who wants to just be with her family and take care of her family, and know that her family is going to be like loved, supported, protected, and saved, all of that. And so I am humbled beyond words about like all of the acceptance when we do come together in love, and we step out of judgment, and we're just there with each other in presence, and in that love that we do have, and the love that we are, and the vision, like the true vision, and seeing that beloved, before us, and knowing that we are all connected, and that we are all love, and it is all about love. So thank you, love, and thank you, mother, and thank you, father. And thank you, children. Thank you, joy. Thank you, beauty. Thank you, forgiveness. Thank you, like all of this, really. Thank you, healing and revealing, like all these things, and dissolving all of these blocks and everything that keeps us from like really living, loving, and being like who we are, And so thank you. Here's to remembering and loving and living and being, embodying all this love that we are, and sharing it, and giving, receiving, having the courage, to be who we are, and to live, this love that we've been given, letting go of the fears and all the restrictions that we put on ourselves. Yeah, and that we've held on to for like generations, and, but it's like all being dissolved and healed, and going through like, this death and rebirth, and this spring renewal and resurrection, and restoration and remembrance, like remembering and coming together again after being apart. So love y'all. Thanks for listening, and talk to you soon.